My name is Katelyn, and this is hopefully my first video on YouTube. I have filmed 2 times before, and this is my 3rd attempt. I am just the biggest perfectionist or critic of myself, and every time I make a video, I just found something wrong with it. I was editing and I was like, ugh. I got so close to like posting my last one that I did, and I just couldn't do it. I was sick and I just wasn't happy with it. So this is my 3rd attempt, you know, 3rd time's a charm. I just wanted to do a simple, just chit chat, get ready with me everyday look. If you hear a little jingling bell, there she is. There's my kitty. Her name is Socks. My husband got me her for Christmas and she's gonna be roaming around. I wanted to do like just maybe like an extra everyday look. I've had a lot of people ask me to do this. I've been wanting to do it in the first place, so I hope this goes up. I really hope that I like it enough. I'm going to do my eyebrows first. I always do my eyebrows first. So just the way my eyebrows are, I think the way I do them makes them look the best. The trend is still there, the Instagram brow. I like them very structured, very bold, but you know, faded at the middle, or not the middle, at the inner portion. So I use the Anastasia 7B, and it has very beauty guru of me. It's this angled brush with a spoolie at the end. And then I use the Morphe M432, which is this flat brush. It's just very skinny. I use this to carve out my brows, and that's how I get that really structured look. So I've already moisturized. I'm gonna show you how, like, what I use. This is actually a hack that I found out for myself. I don't know if anybody else does this. This is my daily moisturizer, is aloe gel. Like, if you get burnt in the sun, this is what you use, but I use this every day. I use it when I get burnt and every day. If you have combination skin, like oily, but it still feels dry, and I used to get like patches of dry skin like peeling off my nose daily. And then one day I got really burnt, so I used this. I noticed that after I stopped using it, like after my burn went away, all the peelies were gone. And I was like, I wonder if that's just the burn or if that's just like my dry skin going away overall. So I just started using it and I've never had that problem anymore. Never. So this is like my lifesaver right here, and it's this brand. I've only been able to find it in like Florida Walmarts because that's where I got burnt. So we got this brand. It's the Australian Gold Soothing Aloe After Sun Gel, nourishing antioxidant formula, and actually on the back it does say you can use it daily. So it's really good for your skin, and it doesn't have that greasy feeling. I hate feeling greasy after lotions and stuff, so this just sinks in your skin. It smells good. This kind is not sticky. And then I use Burt's Bees chapstick to moisturize my lips, and that's my skincare. Very simple, very straight to the point. Oh, if you cannot find this at your Walmart, you can get it on Amazon. I will link stuff below. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna be the YouTuber. Link stuff below. We're gonna hop into brows. So this is the first thing I do. I use a single eyeshadow, Urban Decay, and it's in the shade Secret Service, and it's just this coolish brown tone, and I've been using this for years and it's worked, and I get a lot of compliments on my brows. It's like my favorite compliment ever. Not to brag or anything, but I really just like the way I do my brows. So this is what I use. It's really good for my hair color. First, I'm going to brush my brows upwards. My brow hairs are so long, I just don't know what to do with them. Okay, so I am going, after you brush them up, I'm going to go in with my angled brush and dip in to my powder. And I like to start at the bottom of my brow and draw a line where I want my brow to be. And that'll give you that sharp look. And towards this, the inner portion of my brow, I like to go up like this and like drag it out so it doesn't look so pigmented. Because I learned that the hard way too. I used to just have block brows. Like I would just like really harsh up, really harsh arch and everything, and it doesn't really look flattering. So I try my best to feather that part out so it looks as natural as possible. And I also use my spoolie like crazy in the inner portion just to be meticulous and make sure everything looks feathered out as possible. And just go at the tail and just make a tip like that, and then I'm gonna do the upper part and give myself a more defined arch. And tail. My eyebrows are just two different people. Like, I don't even believe they're sisters. They might be related, like distant cousins. Like so. And then I brush them out. Don't worry if it looks kind of messy. I'm just gonna get this a little compact. In the other video I filmed, I was doing this the whole time and I was so mad at myself. I was like, why did I do that? Nobody's gonna be able to see. And it was a really cute look. I used the James Charles palette with Morphe and I followed Jaclyn Hill's tutorial. Okay, so there's one brow. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera. Okay, so I did the other brow, and now that they look really bad and really messy, I'm going to carve them out using Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. And I'm going to use that brush that I talked about, that flat brush, and I'm going to take it on there and carve out my brows. Dip my brush on it a little bit, and then I'm going to carve out the bottom and then the top. And once like I make a line, I try to blend it down so it just blends into my skin. And also don't worry if you mess up this part either, because you can always go back in with more powder. Like that. That looks pretty good to me. Then I'm going to do the top, and I just reload my brush and make the arch really defined. I really want to try the boy brow. I'm trying to let my eyebrows kind of grow to be like that. It's just so hard once you start having a routine. Ow. Once you get started in a routine and like a style that you like your brows in, I feel like, especially with me, I don't know if this is for anybody else, but I get so stuck in it and I'm like, this is the only way I want to do it forever. And I'm going to go in on my inner portion of my eyebrow and just feather it in like this. So it still conceals it, but doesn't give it a harsh edge. And I like to go on top right here and feather that too, that line, that harsh concealer line. And I find that it just makes that part look more natural. The reason I want to change to my brow routine is because they take so dang long to do this. I like it so much, but it takes so long. Like, I can do my foundation and concealer faster than this. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. So this is what the concealed eyebrow looks like. This is the other one, and I'm gonna do this one off camera. We're back with brows, and I think they look pretty good. This is how I like my brows. Hate it or love it, whatever. You do you. This is how I do it. So I'm gonna put everything up, and I'm going to go in with foundation. I have been using this foundation for quite a while now. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and I use the shade 102. I don't think I'm that shade right now, but I make it work. Actually, I'm gonna prime first. I use the POREfessional by Benefit, and this is a big old tube. I have humongous pores on my cheeks that are huge. I don't know if it makes it last longer, but I think it helps my pores. So if you don't really have pores or any problems, then you probably don't have to use it. Just a good moisturizer would be good. And I like to press it in, especially in the areas where my pores are huge. And then I kind of take the excess and put on my forehead and my chin. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and this is the Morphe sponge. I like to use more on the outer portions of my face and decrease my usage of foundation as I move into my face, if that makes sense. I find that it helps me stay less cakey in my application. If I just keep that in mind, that I need to use more. If I start on the outer portions of my face first and then work my way in, I just know to use less product the more I go. And this is not my shade, but we're gonna work with it. I just don't feel like getting another one. So I blend that everywhere down my neck and then kind of in my ears. And even though it's not my color, it works. Like, you can't really tell. Hopefully not. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with my Shape Tape concealer, and I'm going to put it on my under eyes, just a tad, right here, a little bit on my forehead, down my nose, in the corners of my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. If I had any blemishes, I would do that too, but I don't. God bless. There was this like point at Christmas time that I was breaking out like I've never broken out before. I think I had like an allergic reaction. I was like, what the heck? Like, I've done nothing different. So I had like this like section on my forehead of just tiny like little pimples, and they weren't even like pimples, like just like pus pimples. They were like filled with like clear, so I could tell like it was a reaction. It was so ugly. It was not cute. But thank God, like, my face looks pretty decent. Anyways, okay, so that's blended out. I'm going to set my face, and I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. But I just take some on my beauty blender and I just pat it all around my face. I used to bake, but I found that it doesn't make a difference for me. My skin just doesn't care. So I don't do it. I just set my foundation. Now that that's done, I'm going to do a little bit of eyeshadow. I normally wouldn't do eyeshadow if it was my actual everyday makeup look. This is if like you just want to be a little extra on your everyday. So that's what I'm going to do. Going to get out my Ride or Die eyeshadow palette. Duh. Jaclyn Hill. So we're going to use that today. I'm going to get out my brushes and we're just going to do a little simple look. Okay, my husband's going to be here in like half an hour, so I'm going to wrap this up. Sorry. I just like to spend time with him when he's home. I'm going to dip into these two shades up here. As you can tell, they're my favorite, so I'm just going to use them again. These are really good transition shades. I don't know why I like them together. I just think it adds more variation. So I'm taking, sorry, the ColourPop brush, and I think this is just the big fluffy brush. They don't have names like on them, but I can probably link them in the description. So this is just what it looks like, and I'm going to take those shades and pop them into my crease. Like that. Now I'm just gonna go and do the other eye. Each time I do something on this eye, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on the other eye. Okay, I have those shades on my eyes. Now I'm going to go in with the shade. Let's go in with Pooter, right here. Pooter. I'm going to take the same brush and just lightly tap in there, tap off the excess, and blend that more into the crease. Not so blown out, just more concentrated. And then once I have like less product on my brush, I'll blend into the outer edges just to deepen up the crease. Okay, now we just have like a light wash of some brownish shades on our eyes. I'm going to go in with a deeper shade, just a little bit deeper. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Since this is a everyday look, I'm going to go in with, I got a brand new Morphe 433 M433. It's brand new, and it's just like it's like a tinier blending brush, so it's more precise. I'm going to go in with the shade Buns right here. This is one of my favorite shades also. I'm just using my favorite shades because if you were in an everyday situation, you would use your favorite shades, right? So you know they work, you know how like they look good on you, so this is just what works for me. I'm gonna take that and press it in and blend it out in my outer V to deepen up just a tiny bit. And that's good enough for me. Like that. And if you want, you can go back and blend it with your other blending brush and just make sure everything's blended out. I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. Okay, now that that's set, I'm going to go in with a shimmer just on my lid, and I might mix it with another one just to be a little extra. I'm going to go in with these pinky shades up here. I think I'm gonna go in with Little Lady first, and then I'm gonna top it with, what's it called, Faint. These two. So I'm gonna take my finger, like that, and just press it and swipe it into my inner corner and lid area. And now I'm taking the shade Faint, and I'm just topping that off just to bring a little more extra shimmer. I'm going to take this ColourPop brush. It's a pointy pencil brush. I don't know, I'm sorry, these don't have names. But I find it's really good to get right under there. So I'm going to take the shade MFEO that I used in my transition and Pooter, and just mix those and just tuck it right in my waterline. And I also bring it up to connect with my other eyeshadow. I'm gonna take this brush that I used, the M433, and take the light shade Silk Cream that I also used in my transition and just blend this out and buff it. Easy. Okay, now I want to take my setting spray. I used the Morphe Contiuous Setting Mist, the best setting spray, I'm convinced. I'm just gonna spray that. And I take my beauty sponge back and I just pat that in. And now I go in with the same beauty sponge and I take the Becca highlighter in the shade Opal. It's my favorite shade. I like Champagne Pop too, but when I'm pale, I use the Opal shade, and it's so pretty. So I take my Morphe sponge and I just dip right into there on the tip a little bit and go in. And I do this after I set my face because my skin's a little dewy and tacky, and it'll really make that highlighter pop. And I only do the sponge trick on my cheekbones and my forehead and my chin sometimes. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with a small face brush. I don't know, it's another ColourPop one. It looks like this, and I take a little bit more and then I go down my nose. Like that. And on the tip. Right here in between my eyes. And on my Cupid's bow. I also take this Morphe M167, this little round brush, take the same highlighter and put it in my brow bone. Sometimes I like to go in with my pinky and the same highlighter and put it, you know, right in the middle of your shimmery shadows, and it just brings, you know, that same color in. Also, you could just do this by itself. You don't even have to do all the other shadows I did. And I also like to take it on my pinky again and put it in my inner corner highlight. So that just brings a lot of brightness back into your face. But we're going to go in with bronzer. I take the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula in the light shade. And some no-name brush that I have, and it just looks like this. You could find a way better brush to bronze with, but this is just what I use. I need more brushes. And I'm just going on my cheekbones. And I take it on my hairline up here, my jaw, and down my neck. And I also like to take it on my nose, just for a little shading. I know people contour their nose, but I just like to take like this and do this, and it adds just a little bit of color and like contour enough, but it's not like precise. I like it like this. I don't know, it just works for me. I like to sandwich my blush right in the middle of my highlight and my bronzer, and I've been using this palette that my mom got me off of QVC. It's Tarte, and it's called the Ladies Night palette. And I just used this blush in here. And I just, oh, sorry, I didn't even mention the brush. I'm a noob, honestly. This is another ColourPop brush. I think it's the angled face brush. And I use this for blush. So I like to press it and then swipe it. And if it looks like too much, it probably is. And I also go on my nose and my forehead. And my chin. So if I go overboard like I usually do, I usually go back in with my bronzer brush and just mix everything together. Also, you could take your beauty sponge, and I do that too, with the foundation side, not the highlighter side, and just dab on your cheeks. I'm going to curl my lashes. This is self-explanatory, I hope. Now that your lashes are curled up to the gods, I take this Master Precise Skinny Maybelline gel pencil liner in the shade probably Very Black, who knows, the blackest one. And this is just really skinny pencil, and I tight line with it. That's what it's called. I know I look crazy. Don't at me. That was sassy, I'm sorry. Then I take my mascara, my favorite mascara of all time, the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. So it looks like that, and I just do a teensy bit on my bottom lashes. I'm not really crazy about bottom lash mascara. now that that's done, I'm going to set my brows. And I always do this. I do this when I don't even have makeup on. It's actually crazy. My brows are just so long and kind of gross, honestly. And this just keeps them in place. Keeps them in their lane, you know. Last step, I just got this because I am easily influenced by Jaclyn Hill. Again, she recommended the lipstick, the Maybelline lipstick in the shade Baddest Beige, and I actually kind of like it. I never wear lipstick, but this is just so natural and it just fades like to nothing. I might actually put on a little bit more chapstick first because I'm a chapstick addict. It's an addiction, honestly, and that's the tea. But yeah, like this is such a pretty shade. Like she was not lying. She was telling the truth. Yeah, I don't like lipstick and I like this one. Like it goes with everything. So this is what it looks like. I'll probably put a picture or something. I'll try to take a selfie. Who knows? But yeah, this is what I did. I'll try to link everything in the description. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know, I guess. Hope I post this. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.